needs to come with a user manual. This is a very interesting pencil with a lot of innovations, but then those innovations will leave you stumped the first time you try using it. I have made a few blunders, and I'll talk all about it in the next 10 to 15 minutes with you. So let's get started. This is a double knock mechanism. When you press the plunger, first the steel sleeve comes out, and then you would think you'd press it again and the lead will come out, but no, that is not how it works. What you need to do is you need to do a controlled push, and then slowly the lead emerges, which is interesting, nuanced, and I don't have any other pencil that behaves like this. The second thing is the end cap. I actually broke mine trying to pull it, trying to get it off. So I pulled this thing off with all my strength. It came off, and then the sharpener from inside it fell. But what you need to do is twist this open to reveal the plastic inner pipe. Why is it a twist mechanism? I do not know. The only reason I could think of is so that it does not fly off, because the unclicking is quite violent. And of course, if you do not retract the lead in, then when you unclick it, the lead stays out. We have two colors here. I think there were a couple of more colors that were available when I bought it, but two is enough. I don't think I need more than two of these. Let's get the lead out and start writing. This is the Scrikss Office Twist 2.0 mechanical pencil. The reason I was writing that fast was to demonstrate to you a nuance of this pencil. Usually, when you have double knock mechanisms, they come out. There is a little bit of wobble. This one also has it. It is evident. And as a result, when you write with it, you can hear the sound as well. So, this pencil is, at times, I feel, a ballpoint pen that is masquerading as a 2 pencil or a lead holder, because most of the characteristics of this pencil are are more closely aligned with mechanical pens with ballpoint pens than with mechanical pencils or lead holders. Now, typically this double knock mechanism that you see here is for pencils that have really sharp uh, leads, so zero point 0.5 zero point 0.7 leads, where if you put it in your if you put it in your pocket or you put it in a sleeve, it should not puncture through whatever you're wearing at that time. It should not also damage this sleeve. So here's the Pentel P205. This is the Rotring 500. Both of them come with fixed front sleeves. And what you have to do with these pencils is you have to keep them very carefully, because a little bit of rough handling can just shift these to the side and damage the pencil, damage the lead inside, break the lead inside, and of course, poke holes into various things. You do not want that. I understand that for the smaller lead sizes, but for a 2 lead where this is already solved in drop clutches where they anyway go in, or even if you look at the Rotring Rapid Pro, the front is not really sharp and nothing's really going to happen to it. As is the case with the Staedtler 925 also. It works very well, and I see no reason for for this mechanism to exist. It is probably Scrikss just saying, look here, we can do this, so we did it. It is a novelty that is good for a couple of days, but then its drawbacks start becoming evident. The problems that naturally come with this double knock mechanism. First is there's a slight wobble as you write. Second, that wobble also leads to a little bit of noise. Third, this also the wobble makes it seem a bit floaty. Third, it is not the most intuitive or convenient design to use. I have started off with the biggest negative, one of the biggest negatives of the pencils. Let's go to the other two as well. It comes with a sharpener in the end cap. The sharpener, so while I was trying to open this, I did not realize it's a screw type mechanism. So I managed to pull this out and I saw these things inside. This is where the sharpener ideally is supposed to rest, I guess. And what you see inside is a sharpener. While trying to sharpen with it, the sharpener also came out. So this is the sharpener for a quick comparison. This is also what comes inside the Kohinoor lead holders. Most Kohinoor lead holders come with a similar sharpener. However, you will notice that this is much narrower than this one. And the problem I faced with this was when I tried sharpening, the lead just goes through it all the way. It is not really gripping the edges of the sharpener, the blades of the sharpener. So this was quite useless. It did not work for me. I tried in both the pencils. I tried just using the sharpener as is. Also, I tried making it narrower so that it sticks, but then I haven't put in too much work. Maybe if I get a pair of pliers and go at it, it will start working. Anyway, let me just try and fit this here. This is probably how it's intended to be. And then the end cap goes on top. The second is the sharpener, which is at the end cap. It does not work. It's the same case with both the pencils that I have. The third issue that I have is even when you get a working sharpener, the lead does not sharpen. The internals are loose or free floating. Again, similar to what we have seen in the Kohinoor, Otto, and Muji most recently. All of these pencil reviews are up there in the playlist. You can look it up. Just getting the lead out is an exercise in dexterity. You have to press it with just the right amount of pressure and it comes out. So if you try to sharpen it, it's supposed to go in and you'll see the lead is not rotating inside. It's just the whole mechanism is. So essentially the blade is gripping the lead harder than the body is gripping the internal mechanism. So this whole thing starts rotating. Or maybe the lead is rotating inside the mechanism. One of those two. But it just makes it nearly impossible. The Otos and Mujis I could sharpen by holding this end, but that does not happen with this one. Another challenge, so you'll either have to take the entire lead out, and I'm using a 120 or a 130 lead right now. It's a Stedler, it was 130 to begin with. But anyway, so you get the lead out, you sharpen it to your desired point, and then you put it back in. As a result, you will dirty your hands. And since it's supposed to be office, I do not imagine it is going to be very professional for you to have your fingers soiled as such while trying to get a point on the pencil that you're using. Now, with that out of the way, we have all the three cons of this pencil listed. The double knock mechanism, it is innovative, but has challenges, and probably there's a reason why nobody else has done it in the 2 space. The sharpener of the end cap does not work. There is no eraser, and the internals are free floating, so it's very difficult to sharpen the lead of this pencil. With this out of the way, let's come to what could the reasons to buy this pencil be. It has some very, very big positives as well. The first one, Dives. I'm sorry, I forget to spell at least 2 times in every review that I make. The positives that we can talk about first is the weight, size, which is length and diameter and balance. I think all of these three are absolutely perfect. Scrikss has nailed this. If you talk about the weight, it is perfect. It is neither too light nor too heavy. It is precisely in the Goldilocks zone. And along with the weight, if you then add the balance, this is also perfect. But if you look at the location, you have the grip over here. It is the center of gravity is somewhere over here, so it's slightly balanced towards the front, and it gives a nice weight, a meaningful intent to the pencil as you start writing with it. The length again is normal, the diameter again is normal. It is just perfect. It is not too thin, not too thick. Too thin would be maybe this Kohinoor Versatile might be too thin, but then this is a perfect pocket pencil, so I don't mind this being on the thinner side. Too thick would be something like the Muji or the Otho that we have seen. Also, this is a Hexon 2 pencil by Hauser, Hauser, Germany. So this is also on the thicker side for me. I don't enjoy it very much. While we're talking about this, let's do quick comparisons. Ah, lead go in. Lead in. These are the two Scrikss Office Twist. Get them in the screen. Comparison with an unsharpened lead pencil. Our staples, the Staedtler Mars Technico, the Rotring Rapid Pro, the Staedtler 925. Also, let's just quickly add these 0.5 mm here since I have them handy. If you remove this, you'll see it's about the same size as most of the other lead holders. So nothing special. And the moment you get the knock mechanism out, the effective writing length is consistent with everything. And with all this, this pencil is an absolute joy to write with. This on its own, such a pleasurable pencil. You start writing with it, you can use it for short or for long writing sessions. It is an absolute pleasure to just put lead on the paper with this pencil. It almost, again, while writing, it almost behaves like a ballpoint pen, like I've said here, but with a wonderful grip. So the grip on this, oh my god, is just mind blowing. It is reminiscent of these. I think the Rotring and the Staedtler are a bit rough. This is slightly smoother, but it is just perfect. It gets the job done for me. I really like the grip section on this pencil. And while we're talking about the grip, let's get the leads also inside. It comes with a 90 lead, but what I'm using right now is a slightly used Staedtler 2B lead. This entire video has been with a Staedtler 2B. This is the Mars Graphite series, if I'm not mistaken. They call it something like that. So that's the lead that I've used for this entire video. And it comes with a standard 90 Scrikss 2B lead. These leads are just buttery smooth, but then they just vanish. They dissolve on paper. I don't like using them very much. Also, when you are writing with this, it's best that you write with a shorter lead. I know the whole reason of using These lead holders is oh, this is empty. These lead holders is for the ability, no, not this long, for the ability to have a long lead with which you can do these side shadings without the effort of shaving a wooden pencil, getting it to this point, and then keeping it safe. So, however, with this, if you get the lead out too much, the wobble is highly prominent. You can see the whole thing shaking. So, I wouldn't use it. I tried, it's not fun. So, I think the best use case is to keep the lead really shallow, use it as such, keep coming back to the ballpoint. Think of it like a ballpoint pen, and you start writing with it, and it writes like a pencil. It has a good grip that helps its case. It has a wonderful size and weight and balance, making it a very enjoyable writing instrument. But writing, I say writing carefully here because for sketching and for drawing, I have not used it and I do not intend to, for the simple reason that the front end wobbles. It does not inspire enough confidence in me to go out and start writing with it. So, this entire scale is going to be from 1 to 7, 1 being the lowest, 7 being the best. This is the middle. For writing, it is almost near the on the high on the 7 scale. I would probably give it somewhere around 5.5 to 6 when it comes to writing. For drawing and sketching, maybe between 1 to 2. Would not use it. Um, I think the intended purpose of this pencil also is a carry around workhorse for the white collar professionals where you're looking at meetings, notes, quick to do lists, or maybe journaling. Now, I'm not going to open this up and show you the internals because it has a very long spring here. If you just start unscrewing this, let's not. There's a lot of tension with a big spring inside. This entire mechanism inside is under a lot of stress. Which brings me to two more points. One is maintenance. It is not going to be really easy in case a lead breaks inside and gets stuck. It might be slightly challenging to get it unstuck and get the pencil writing again. Why should you buy it? There are reasons. Why should you not buy it? There are reasons. Um, it is not a clear go no go. I think this is highly use case dependent. If you are someone who's going to sketch a lot and detailed sketches, see rough sketch, you see me doing this. I just do a bit of shading. Rough sketching, it can take care of, not a problem. But the moment you need to go in with detailing, this pencil will probably not be your best friend. I was doing all of this off camera. I should be more mindful. My apologies. So yes, if your primary if your primary use case is around drawing, then do not buy this. However, if your primary use case revolves more around writing, then this pencil works. It works very well. It has some challenges that you'll have to learn to live with, but for the sheer joy of writing that this pencil inspires, I think this is worth having in the collection. Um, Probably not something you want to go out with, but having this at home to write with once in a while is definitely something. The three clear improvements. First, the twist can go. We don't need the twist. In case Scrikss is listening and they want to come up with another version, keep everything the same. This front ferrule, the sleeve that comes out, just leave it here hanging fixed. It is very nice. So no double knock mechanism. Keep it simple. That will solve a lot of the wobble issues as well. Second, fix the internals so that it can be sharpened. Three, it's okay if you don't give a sharpener. There are plenty of pencils that do not come with a sharpener, and I have no problems recommending because of the joy they bring while writing. Side note, this has a lead grade indicator. This one does not. But then again, it is an office one, so you'd probably expect just one lead to be inside. That's okay. It doesn't draw very well anyway, so that is fine. So, three things. First, no double knock. Second, fix the internals. And third is sharpener, remove it or fix it. And that is all I have to say about that. Thank you very much for the time. A quick note on the price. Scrikss generally makes affordable products. This one I bought about 2 years ago for 600 odd rupees, which in today's, which at that time I think was about 80. This in today's term is about $6, and back then would have been about $7 to $8. Yes, the rupee has depreciated significantly, but it is what it is. This is what this pencil is. Thank you very much for your time. Have a wonderful day ahead. Bye bye.